Jake here with Blonde Performance. I really hope to get some video and really make a more of a cinematic YouTube video on our back of the Dragon Mountain Road drive. But my co-pilot fell through, and to be honest, I was just having too much fun hanging out with everybody and driving to really shoot any footage while we were up there. So I've got a bunch of pictures to show you, and I figured I could just do kind of like a VinWiki kind of recap on it. I'll try to keep it short. For anybody who's been to Tail of the Dragon, I have to say hands down, my choice is the back of the Dragon. I've been to both, and the back of the Dragon was a lot more fun and a lot less traffic, which obviously equals more fun. On our initial drive up there, we hit a few stops along the way. Took Route 16, which is a really fun road through North Carolina, from the second stop in Wilkesboro up to Marion, Virginia, where we met up with the rest of the group. We had 9 cars and decent weather. It was a little bit on the cold side. You'll see in some of the pictures that there was some snow on the ground, so we had to be careful. There was some sketchy spots. But on our first trip from Marion up to Tazewell, I was able to do the whole 32-mile stretch unobstructed. So Mike in the 5.0 Mustang, you'll see in the pictures, him and I just kind of checked out, and we were able to put it was probably a good 15-minute lead on the cars in the back of the pack, although those guys also got held up by some traffic that we didn't. So it worked out really good. Everybody kind of did point buys and self-paced and let the pack spread out. So everybody was able to run their drive at a pace that matched their abilities, and it worked out really good. No drama, didn't have anybody, thank God, no damage or offs or anything crazy like that. No mechanical issues, just a really fun day. And if you haven't made it up there, I'd highly suggest checking it out. Things I didn't know, the back of the Dragon actually has a brewery. I knew they had a gift shop and their photographer there, but they've got a brewery with some really good beer and a big lounge area to hang out, as well as a food truck out in the parking lot. So it's more than just a place to grab a t-shirt or a sticker. It's a pretty cool spot to hang out, and they're super happy to have us. You know, 2020 is a pretty rough year to start a business, and they've obviously invested a lot in the place. As you can see, they've put their hearts and souls into the whole business venture. So if you get the chance to go out and support them, I highly recommend it. I'll let the photos kind of speak for themselves, and if you have any questions, comment below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to support the channel. We've hit the magic 500 number, halfway to being monetized. I appreciate each and every one of you, and yeah, we're going to organize another one in the spring. So if there's anybody that wants to get on my kind of personal invite list for this drive, I reached out to people a little in advance who I had their phone numbers or emailed with them frequently, and kind of had in the back of my mind a list of people who I knew would like to come. So if you fall into that category, we could start kind of pre-planning for the next one. I don't plan to do it until things warm up again in the spring. With that being a higher elevation, we were definitely at the limits for what would be safe for a time to go up there and enjoy it. At least, you know, the way we were enjoying it, we were pushing pretty hard. But I'll put up the pictures and enjoy. For those of you that actually watched through the whole video, I guess it's kind of a trait of mine to do a little bit of bonus content at the end. I gotta say, the mods on the car that I've done in 2020 that have just finally got put to use, absolutely fantastic. I love them. Wouldn't change a thing about the setup right now, except for the things I already had planned. So the Michelin all season 4 tires, great. Bilstein B14s, I'm still in the same boat as before about them. I love them. My only small complaint would be I'd like to have just a little bit more rebound adjustment in there to slow them down, or as some people would say, stiffen them up a little bit. But really no complaints there. And the added negative camber and caster from the Super Pro lower control arms, and of course the added power from the IS38, big plus out there. The power band with the IS38 I've been asked about, even just now I was answering emails about it. Huge advantage in just the usability of the power. You don't really know what's wrong with the car until you've already fixed it in some cases, and that's kind of the case here. I never really disliked the power band with the IS20 until I saw how much better it is kind of under the curve with the IS38. So not just looking at peak numbers, but just overall performance, all the way from pulling out of slow switchbacks through ripping through, you know, wide open sections, which we tried not to do. At least the front of the pack, we were just keeping it super aggressive in the tight stuff, and then when things got more flowing and open, we dialed it back just to lessen our chances of a potential ticket or any altercations with local law enforcement, which we did see out there. Waved to them, they waved back. Everybody seemed to be on the same page with what we were doing. But basically they're there to probably just kind of defer people from getting too wild and crazy out there. So definitely a good spot to be. I've heard basically the same thing about the Tail of the Dragon. I've only been there once, but you know, as long as you're keeping it on your side of the center line and not getting wild and, you know, drifting or anything crazy like that. I know that's not a concern with our cars, but Mustangs, you know, they realize that you're there to enjoy the road, and that I don't feel like they're there to impede that. But with that said, the IS38 power will definitely give you the opportunity to get yourself in trouble if you let it. So again, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more content. We've got more things planned, and looking forward to hitting the 1,000 number in 2021.